A challenging year. We've spoken about it throughout the evening. It's almost been the theme of the night so far, where we've spoken about the challenges that the side has had on the field, the celebrations for some individual success. But for yourself, what did you make of it?
Yeah, look, without repeating myself from last year, because last year was quite a similar theme. We didn't go all that well last year, so and promises of better things to come probably didn't eventuate, but again, the same story comes out. It's the Australian reps that take away probably our better players, and we introduce some new players, which is a highlight. Three debutants and some other players getting probably second, third chances and opportunities, which is fantastic, and they've had those years of experience. We also had some unfortunate injuries to probably a couple of our better bowlers, which makes it hard to win games of cricket, bowl sides out, make the runs, but the season was disappointing. It's about results, and we didn't get those. So we've had some really good upfront and honest conversations amongst the coaching staff, and the players had their review today, and we made some really good decisions and put some good thoughts out there to improve on next year, and that's what we need to do. We need to improve.
It seems like with the Redbacks over the past couple of seasons, we've got into day two and thought we're a really good chance here. We've got this, and then it didn't go our way. So as a group, you mentioned, I mean, it is a bittersweet feeling because we want these players to do what's best for their careers, and you're not going to turn away an opportunity to play for Australia and go into bigger and better things. But for yourself as the coach, in a perfect world, they'd be here representing their state. What do we need to do as a side to take that next step?
Yeah, look, we've talked quite a lot with the coaching staff and today the players. A lot of it is about our first innings and improving on that, facing more balls, obviously making more runs. But the difference between us and other sides is probably 40, 50 runs in the first innings and taking 3 or 4 wickets in the second to win the game of cricket. So it's not that far off, but hindsight, we lost 6 games of cricket this year, which is not good enough, and we didn't win 1. So we need to make that extra 50. We need to take those extra wickets. We dropped a few too many catches, and they're the areas that we need to improve. It's a pretty simple game, really. Bat, bowl and field a bit better and make more runs than the opposition. You win the game. And that's what we need to do. And obviously it's not as simple as that, and the players are aware of that. And we've got to sit down and train a lot better and a lot harder and come up with those solutions.
We've spoken briefly about the individual brilliance, and collectively you put that together as a team unit, then success is just around the corner. So does that excite you for the future to see what these players can do on any given day, and that moment where it all clicks and they all do it together, then it might be us playing at the moment in the final?
Yeah, look, we've got... The players are definitely there. The players understand that we've got 4 or 5 year players that have made amazing centuries in the past, and they've made 1 or 2 this year. They can put that together more often. We're going to be, a force to be reckoned with, and there's no doubt about that. I'm past the disappointment part of losing and not playing so well. I'm now really optimistic about what's coming for us. We know we've got 3 or 4 players that are really down on form this year. We've got 2 injuries that were really destructive to our ability to bowl sides out. Those 5 players come good next year, and we've got probably the best side in the competition. So it's really exciting, and we've got some really good young talent coming through, so who have had games this year. So there's no reason for me to be down. It's now time to be up and start to lift the side and get us back to where we should be.
Well, let's finish on a positive before we go into the awards. To play for your country, I'm sure you need to make that quick transition, because it could be one day you're playing for your state, then you get the call up and you need to do that. So you need to be able to adapt to those conditions and step into that national team environment, which is rebuilding a culture. And I'm sure that the pride that you have in the players that we have representing Australia, we speak of Travis Head in the Test side, Alex, Adam and Kane in the one-day side, to transition from the state side to then go and play for Australia. It speaks volumes of the culture that's been created here at the Saka.
Yeah, we spoke a fair bit about that this morning with the playing group, and the thing that I talk to the players about a lot is to go in there, get to the Australian team. That's our number 1 goal. I know we've talked about winning games of cricket. That's absolutely number 2 for me. I'm about producing Australian cricketers. If we do that, we should win competitions. 2 years ago, we were in them and didn't quite get over the line, but if the players go in there like Travis has now, we want them to stay in there. We don't want them to get spat back out and come back to me because they haven't been good enough. So our number 1 goal is to get them in the Aussie team, but make sure they stay in there because they're good enough. And our culture, our training, the way we play the game is good enough. The coaches that we have are good enough to give them the skills and the talent to go up there and stay there. Travis has done that. Zamps has done that. Carey's done that. Richo keeps getting asked back there, so he's obviously good enough to stay there if there weren't Stark, Hazelwood, Cummins in the side. So credit to those players, but also to the players that they play with and the coaching staff that we've got, that they're now good enough. They stay in that side. They've been permanent members for 2 or 3 years now. Travis now made his first 100, obviously going off to the Ashes this year, and good luck to him as well.